Good morning. This is a little gameplay of me playing Pokemon on Sunday for the Liverpool event. If you've ever been to a Pokemon event, they are pretty cool. I went to one in Chicago last year and I signed up for the St. Louis one this year. It was in March, and as you know, the world is besieged with a pandemic, so our St. Louis event was canceled. And when it was canceled, they didn't give you a refund on ticket. They said they were going to change the program so you would be able to play it from home. And so, like right now on the screen, it's showing the tasks. There was only 2 tasks to do during this event, and an actual live Pokemon event. When I went in Chicago, there was like 5 screens of tasks, like tons of tasks. So they severely decreased the amount of tasks for this play at home event. Anyway, going back to the Liverpool, I'm in St. Louis. There's no way I could have flown to Liverpool even if the world wasn't suffering from a pandemic. But as soon as the St. Louis event was canceled and we heard we could still play on our phone, the word went around in the Pokemon community, and a lot of people bought up the tickets, taking the chance that the Liverpool event would be canceled and you could play it from no matter where you were. And it worked out. So it was canceled, and I could play Liverpool England event all the way here in St. Louis. There's one more event next month in May that is in Philadelphia. Oh my gosh, I wish I would have bought a ticket for it. I don't know why I didn't. I think at the time when I bought the Liverpool ticket, and I just didn't imagine that the whole world would be shut down for the month of May too, and I didn't want to risk losing the money of the tickets. I think the tickets are only like $20 or something, but I just didn't want to take that risk, and I regret it. I definitely wish I would have spent the money on the ticket. So right now I'm catching, the whole reason I paid for this event is this Relicanth. It is a regional Pokemon that is not found within the US. But again, since I was playing this Liverpool event, finally I got to add this Pokemon that I would have never got in a normal situation. Also, you see me right now catching a shiny Krabby. The other good thing about these Pokemon ticketed events is they quadruple the rate of shinies. And so technically for this Liverpool event, the only new Pokemon I caught was the Relicanth. But I did catch 24 shinies. I ended up catching 24 shinies, and I don't believe, of course I had a Dratini shiny. I'll show my shinies at the end. So, but I didn't have a Krabby shiny, so that was new for me. And there's I end up, this is not a shiny side deck, but I do eventually catch a shiny side deck. So, I think, it was worth it. It was a long event. For me, it was from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. and the majority of it I did play from home. I can't say I played from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. nonstop. I also worked from home. Here I am catching a shiny Caravana. And I know I'm pronouncing half these Pokemon wrong. Go ahead and make fun of me in the comments. Pronunciation is not my strong suit. And I am not an expert on Pokemon characters. I really just play Pokemon for the fun of it. Anyway, I ended up catching 3 of these Caravanas. But going back to the whole event, I work from home. I work on my computer. Even though it was a Sunday, I still had work to do. So I worked, and I had my little phone right next to me catching Pokemon every once in a while when working. So I probably could have caught a lot more if I would have just played that long straight. I know my sister played hardcore the whole day, and I think she said she ended up with 38 shinies. So when you played this event, you were supposed to stay at home. When you ran an incense, the incense ran for 8 hours. Oh, the shiny Tentacool, that was new for me too. I was very happy to catch that shiny Tentacool. So anyway, the point of the event was stay at home. And I did. We did play from home. So you did an incense, and it would last for 8 hours. I did end up walking 3 different times around the neighborhood. There's a lake near our house, and there's a walking path along that lake. And then there's another bike path on the other side of the house. And so I did take 3 different trips outdoors just to see if it would increase the spawns of shinies. I don't know. So a couple of the walks I caught some more shinies. A couple of the walks I didn't catch any shinies. But it was a beautiful day, and everyone in my neighborhood was definitely out and about, but they were all maintaining social distancing. So I'm just glad it was a nice day, because I know last year at the Chicago event it was rainy and muddy and really gross. So I'm glad this event was beautiful. It's just kind of sad that the only reason I was able to do this Liverpool event was because of the pandemic. Because, like I mentioned earlier, in a normal situation, I wouldn't have been able to go to Liverpool. And here I'm catching an unknown. That's the other thing that's good about these ticketed events, is you get to catch unknowns. It's very hard to come across an unknown just playing Pokemon every day. I've only actually, outside of these events, I've only seen an unknown twice. They're extremely rare. So if you're into collecting all the unknowns, definitely do a ticketed event. And I know I'm getting distracted. This is probably the worst narration ever, but I'm just talking about this event as I think of stuff as it crosses my mind as you watch my gameplay. Anyway, so a normal ticketed event, you have to be at the location for it to actually work. So with Pokemon, the makers of Pokemon actually allowing this event to work wherever you're at was great, but I don't think it's going to be a common occurrence. I don't think next year, if the world is back to normal and they have the Liverpool event, there's no point in buying a ticket, because if it's a live event where people actually have to go to Liverpool, me being in St. Louis, it's not going to work. So long story short, this pandemic allowed us to play at home and buy tickets for events that we normally wouldn't have been able to go to. And I know I'm not the only person in St. Louis who did this. St. Louis has a Pokemon Facebook group. I don't think tons of people did it, but I do think, at least 15 to 20 other players in the area definitely took a gamble, bought tickets, and hoped that it would work out. So I'm catching a shiny... shoot, I forgot what the seahorse is called. This was new for me too, so Horsia. I was very happy about that. So, now I'm showing all my shinies. So I caught 26 shinies. As you can see, a lot of the Caravanas, the new Pikachu with, I don't know, the hat. What is it? Sherlock Holmes hat, I'm not for sure. And then this was the prize event that Chinchua really wasn't that impressed. And I liked having that. That was new for me. This Centret. And the Caravana, which I know all these shinies have been around for a while. I just don't catch that many shinies in normal, everyday Pokemon play. I am in no means an expert, but I do enjoy playing Pokemon here and there as a distraction. So I'm showing all the Relicanths I caught anyone I came across. I'm not going to keep them all. I have them right now. I eventually will throw a bunch away, but since it's such a hard regional to get, I'm going to hoard them for now until I need the Pokemon space, and then I will toss them. I'll keep some in case I ever come across the person who wants to trade for them, but I don't really talk to other Pokemon players when I'm out and about, so I'm not really one of those people who will go up to random Pokemon players and ask to trade. So yeah, I doubt I'll ever trade any of those with other people. Sounds like a good idea, but in reality, sorry, I'm not going to go up to a Pokemon player and ask to trade. And then what else am I showing? Oh, here's all the unknowns. So there's, 26 unknowns? I only have 17. I have to go through and see which alphabet letters I am missing. And the thing I don't like about unknowns is where it only shows once on your Pokédex. I wish each one showed up so I would know what I was missing. I'm just showing my unknowns. So I've been playing Pokemon since it started in July of, I don't know, what was it, 2017. I wasn't really a fan of Pokemon's before that, but I just saw someone on Instagram talking about the game, and I started playing it, and I really enjoyed it. I'm level 40, but that doesn't really mean I'm like a hardcore player. I do log on every day, but there's days where I just do the bare minimum, and then there's days where I'll play for a couple hours. It just depends how bored I am. I do like playing Pokemon on vacation. I like to catch little Pokemon that show the location, just like as a cute little vacation souvenir. Here I actually walked a lot this week, 42 km, which is a lot. And then I'm showing how much Pokemon I caught overall. And definitely, I know a lot of people who have way better stats than I do. But you know what? It is a little fun diversion. And yeah, thanks for taking the time to watch. And let me know if you want me to post more Pokemon videos.